Hello, welcome to Weekly Recipes. Every Tuesday I'd like to release a video of a recipe that falls in the keto eating plan. A couple weeks ago, family had a family get together for Thanksgiving. It was a little delayed because of scheduling and a little bit of weather. I decided to bring along a green bean casserole. Um, the recipe that I have is kind of more of a recipe for a side dish, but I was going over it and thought, if I threw a couple of pounds of ground beef into that, that would make pretty for like a regular casserole. Today I'm going to use the frozen green beans. It says you can use frozen, fresh, or steamed green beans. I'm not really proud of the way that it turned out in the family gathering with the fresh green beans. I was in a hurry and didn't get it all turned out right. Everybody said they liked the way it was, and they liked the snapness of the fresh green beans. I'm gonna use frozen green beans because I think that would have turned out better. So let's go ahead and get started. And here's all what's in it. Not a whole lot. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, my addition to it is 2 pounds of ground beef with garlic and onion powder and seasoned salt and black pepper for to taste, or just sprinkle on the ground beef while it's cooking. It's kind of funny that I always call out recipes for to have ingredients to taste, but eh. um, the original recipe starts with 1.5 pounds of green beans, 1 cup of French dried onions divided, 1 cup of shredded cheddar divided, a cup of crumbled bacon divided, a half a cup. Well, the original recipe calls for half a cup of mushroom soup, but I'm going to use the whole can of cream of mushroom soup. A half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of mayonnaise, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. So let me go ahead and get it all started. Okay, got everything all measured out and got the oven preheated to 350. So, okay, I got everything all measured out and got the oven preheated 350. So I'm going to put on medium heat and start browning up the hamburger, ground beef, if you want to get picky. And while that's browning, I'm just going to sprinkle on some pepper. Whoa. Pepper. Seasoned salt. Ooh. Garlic. Well, one thing's for sure, it's going to be awfully seasoning. Onion powder. And just let that cook up. Probably put way too much seasoning on that. The seasonings went kind of crazy when I tried to dump them out. Anyway, so I'll let that cook up. Okay, got the hamburger browned, drained, and rinsed. So now I'll mix up the sauce. Just dump the can of mushroom soup. And then the sour cream. And then the mayonnaise. Ooh, that's a gloopy. Now for the cream cheese. It says to soften the cream cheese before mixing it in, but it's been, honestly, it's been sitting out for a while, so it's probably soft-ish for now. And then now I'll add in the salt and the garlic powder. And I'll get that all mixed up. Okay, I guess the cream cheese wasn't as soft as I thought it was. But anyway, more or less mixed up now. So I'll now add it in the half cup of cheese, half a cup of bacon, and the half cup of onions. And I'll get that mixed up. Now the original recipe has to put the green beans into the sauce there, but I don't think my big bowl is big enough to mix all that up together. So I'm going to put it into the green beans into the beef, and I'll get those mixed up together. Now I'll add the sauce into the beef and green bean mixture. Okay, mixing that up, I think it would have been better if I just would have went with 1 pound of beef. Of course, there's no such thing as too much meat, but I think it would have been mixed up better if it was just 1 pound. Now I'm going to transfer it over to this baking dish, casserole dish. I went ahead and sprayed it down with some cooking spray so that it doesn't burn to the dish. So I'll get that transferred over. And now I'll cover it with the rest of the French onions. Just getting covered up there. Now for the bacon. And then finally the cheese. Get that spread around. Could have probably used a little bit more bacon, but I'm all out of the bacon crumbles. And I'd always vote for more cheese. So now I'll put it in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, there's what it looks like out of the oven. Um, Ground beef green bean casserole. Like always, I'll let it cool off a bit before I serve it up. But yeah, there's the finished product. Yeah, yeah. The original recipe calls for an 8x8 pan, but even without the ground beef, I think I'd have a hard time fitting it into the 8x8 pan. But anyway, I'll let that cool off before putting it in bowls. I'm gonna guess it makes about 10 servings, because this is a pretty chunky casserole. I'm not gonna cut it into like the strips and then put it in the bowls. I think it'd be better just to scoop it up. But anyway, I'll let that cool off a bit. All right, and there's it all bowled up. Um, yeah, it's interesting that that dish made a recipe that looks like a 10-ish satisfying servings. Um, yeah, usually that any recipes that go into that dish it makes about 6 servings. But yeah, that's ground beef green bean casserole. Yeah, original recipe in the link in the description below. I added the ground beef, but I didn't really add anything else. I thought about adding more cheese, but I always want more cheese and everything. But anyway, thanks for watching. Check out blog links below and follow every Tuesday for a, a recipe video, a recipe that falls in the keto eating plan. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a nice day.